This is Redemption, an actual play podcast set in the Star Wars Edge of the Empire role-playing game system. As a quick note, this should be the last episode with audio issues.
As you stare at him, a human face starts to kind of form as kind of a ghostly image. You see a white hair with a white beard. And
does this face look at all familiar?
At the moment, no. It's not. You can't tell who it is yet because it's so translucent, the image, but the voice just says...
But I think very directly at it. Who are you?
Come down here and we can talk about this, my child. And then the camera pans over to A1 on the ship. He's looking up at the vulture droids that are flying above, and he is tapped into the computer, and he is trying to actually slice into their communications. Let's see how he does. He's very successful, and not only does he tap into the vulture droid's communications, but he accidentally taps into a hidden or coded transmission, and he recognizes one person as both images kind of pop up on the holo projector. One he recognizes as Tassar. The other one he recognizes as Count Dooku.
Oh, sure, he recognizes.
And Dooku looks in Tassar's direction and says,
"They just left. The conversation did not go as you predicted. The Duros decided to try to shoot me."
And Tassar says,
"I know he was a little impulsive, but I didn't think he would go that far. I thought either they would accept or politely decline. But shooting you, are you okay?"
And Dooku says,
"Your concern is not needed. He was not able to harm me. But if I can't have this one, I want the other one. According to our agreement, you will now tell me where she is."
And Tassar kind of looks down and looks real concerned and kind of fidgeting. And Dooku says,
"Remember, you swore an oath to Rafe. We let all of your other fellow followers free. You serve Rafe, he serves me. Now tell me where the other one is."
And Tassar looks down and she looks back up and says,
"I'm not sure. I think..."
And then the transmission cuts out and A1 starts scrambling and he can't quite get the transmission back. And then we pan over.
Yes.
KO is a little confused because you are sensing some of Karrell's confusion and some of her fear.
Well, yeah, because of my tentacles.
And you're not exactly sure what to do. And just then, Tazi, your communicator goes off. It's A1 on the ship.
What do you need, buddy?
"Hey, Captain, just so you know, Rafe must have sent us some reinforcements."
What do you mean?
Those ships that walked on their legs?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 10 of them up here.
What?
Why?
I'm sorry, I'll say that again. They're just, 4 of them are standing here and the other 6, I feel safe. So, just thought I should let you know.
Has there been any communication from them?
Nope.
Are there any larger ships in orbit?
No, but they're all flying really low.
Keep me posted.
All right, will do.
You caught that?
Yeah, I got that, yeah.
All right, well, let's be aware.
Why can't we leave them behind?
Seriously.
That's what I want to know.
Back to you at the face. He just simply says, "You have questions that I can answer. I promise I have no ill intentions towards you or your crew. I've even sent ships to guard your ship." And then you're released from the vision.
Yeah, and we could not see that individual. None of that. That was
all in Karrell's head.
Ow! Karrell gets to her feet and kind of blinks a bit. Did I hear something about ships?
Yes.
Yeah, there's 10 of those drone ships, the walkie
Somebody
ones.
ahead of us is actually waiting for us and sent them.
Oh, that's totally not good.
That's not good at all.
No. Wait, that means he's already been on the planet with those things.
Somebody has.
Somebody, yeah.
I didn't recognize him, but he said to come ahead. So.
Well, so let's go the other way.
No, come ahead.
No, right. So you fall to your knees, screaming agony, and then you say, "This guy told me to keep going forward. You want to go forward?"
Well, there's a reason we're here.
Right. Well,
and if this is the person, then we need to find out why he's doing it.
Well, if he hears separatist ships, obviously that means he's a separatist. So at this point, we could just tell the Wookiees to bomb this location.
Or at least the Separatists owe him a favor. He might not,
But we don't.
So,
but the whole point of this is to find out who is hunting the Force sensitives.
I'm going to go with...
Is it this guy? Is it somebody he works for? That's why we're here. So while we're having this discussion, Karrell has her back to the tunnel we're advancing down. She's slowly taking steps backwards, trying to get everybody to follow her.
That's
to
not
stay within
subtle.
range.
That's not subtle at all.
Fine.
But
Do you want to keep going? Is that what you want?
yes, I think we should.
I think this is. I'm going on record, 100% officially. This is the worst decision we've made in the past month that we've been together.
No,
No,
No?
I
No.
think we've made much.
there's
worse
been
decisions.
much worse decisions.
Totally,
We're not going to rehash them now.
100%.
No, I'm just saying. All right, that's fine. If you think they are worse decisions, I'm saying this is possibly the worst decision.
So you guys are heading down the tunnel?
Yes,
I guess we're heading down the tunnel, Chris.
All right. You go down the tunnel, and short ways down, you can see that it opens up into a larger room. Standing at the entryway of the door, you see two droids. They're
Roger.
no, they're probably about six and a half feet tall. They look kind of like a protocol droid, only their legs are really skinny, the waist is skinny, and both of them have electro staffs in their hand, and both the droids have little capes on. They're just kind of standing there, and one of them waves you into the room.
I don't.
And the room is lit up.
This seems like a terrible
Let
idea.
me ask you. We stop right between them. When has it ever failed us when people invite us somewhere?
Every time.
When has it gone wrong?
Every time. Literally every time.
Lost Bane went well.
Right.
The blockade went well.
Right.
Randon did well.
Right.
Wait, you weren't invited to Randon.
No.
Rusan did good.
Yeah, sure, yeah. Yeah. Everything worked out exactly like we wanted.
We were totally invited. We were invited to go visit
While
Kashyyk.
Ko and Karrell kind of bicker a little bit
What?
between the droids, Tazi
we
gives
got
them
our
both
ship
like kind of
repaired,
a
like,
sidelong
fixed up
look
on
and walks
Rusan.
into the room.
They don't even stop you. They let you walk
Tazi,
right in.
Tazi. We follow.
Griff.
You walk in, and the room opens up, and what you see is first you see a tall man. He's about 6'3", human, roughly 190 pounds. He looks like he's about 75 to 80 years old. He's wearing black pants, a black shirt, and a short brown cape. As he turns around, he opens up his cape, and he reveals a little lightsaber, but it's got a weird bent handle. Anybody want to make an easy knowledge check?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
3 successes, 1 threat, and 2 advantages.
Success and
All
advantage.
of the successes I could possibly have.
This is the Count of Sereno, the former Jedi Master, Count Dooku. Dooku just turns around and says, "How may I help the crew of the Krallet's Fang?"
How may I leave now, please?
You're free to go wherever you want.
Awesome, thanks.
But I thought you'd like to have some questions answered.
Like what?
Take it away, Karrell.
Was it you who sent the Yinchorri after the Force Sensitives?
Yes.
Oh,
Why?
See?
Well, technically they were sent to Randon to kill a senator and a Jedi, and you happened to be there.
That was amazingly blunt.
Wasn't that, though?
I'm
Yeah.
shocked and also a bit impressed.
Well, a little bit, yeah. It's not.
But now they're hunting
gamey.
me.
We don't
I am
usually
neither.
get clear answers like that.
Not usually, no.
Sort of. The Yinchorri, let's just say, in their history, they don't like the Jedi. And if I just tell them where a Force sensitive is, they will attack that planet very cleanly.
Right. So you said a senator and a Jedi.
Yes.
Which senator were you after?
Right, yeah.
I sent them to Rusan, told them where you were, but that was more to test Rusan's defense in our new army.
Right. So you sent a bloodthirsty race of creatures to a planet that is supposed to be protected by you to test its protection. So all of the dead people were for what?
And there was an orphanage.
There
Right.
was only 10 people that died,
Well, yeah, because we were awesome. Mostly.
and Rusan knew that the attack was coming.
Oh, that's some criff. That's some criffing, craffing criff.
Will you please use a new word?
No, I'm not. KO just kind of like walks to the edge of the doorway, stares at the Magna Guards. You two.
They stare at you blankly.
Oh
like
yeah, I know.
droids would.
I don't care.
Does Dooku have anyone standing around him?
No.
Tazi walks right up to Dooku, and I'm going to make a roll here to make sure I pull this off, because if I don't do
jeez.
this, it's going to make me look even worse. But
Oh jeez.
Tazi in his flight suit and all of his 98 pounds soaking wet.
Oh gosh.
100 pounds now.
100 pounds. You're right.
You
yeah.
gained some weight.
I did gain some weight, yeah.
A little bit of
The
muscle.
suit weight.
Muscles. No. He had the brawn.
He's been lifting like.
I'm going to go for
kegs.
a cool check. What would be my cool check to like walk up on Dooku? Like straight up just walk up on him. Like I assume that being who he is, he probably exudes some kind of...
It's more his presence is just intimidating. So 3.
Okay.
Is that actually successful? Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And with advantages.
With 1 success and 1 advantage.
1 success and 1 advantage.
Boom.
So
He walks up.
with all of the relative cool that a 100-pound, like 6'5" Duros can muster,
Beanstalk.
that is not a bounty hunter.
Okay.
Tazi walks right up to Dooku, puts his long finger in Dooku's chest, and says, "The Krallet's Fang is through with these games."
Very well. That's what I was hoping you would say. So you've chosen to join us?
Wow. KO turns around. Whoa. I don't think that's what my captain meant. Just throwing it out there.
It's not.
All right. See? Told you.
The Krallet's Fang is through with these games. Your games.
Karrell steps up next to Tazi and looks at Dooku and says, "We would not join people who do that to defenseless planets.
Understandable.
How could you do this? You were a Jedi. You defended the helpless.
And slaughtered the helpless under the Jedi name.
So you just think you could just go and do it on freelance?"
No. We're going to put down the Republic in this false peacekeepers.
Karrell, you're wasting your breath. We're done. We're leaving.
Peeking past him, but can I take a quick look at the sarcophagus?
Okay.
I'm
go
just
ahead.
curious as to why he's here.
But I mean, you can see it.
Okay.
All right. So you're looking at that. We'll go back to Tazi. You basically said the Krallet's Fang is done.
Krallet's Fang is done with these games. We're leaving.
Very well. That's your choice. I respect that decision. You've done good for both. Are you going to go back to the blockade?
I said we're done with the games. That means we're done with both sides of the games.
Okay. Fair enough.
Karrell gives Tazi kind of a sidelong glance at that point. Not quite sure what he means by it, but doesn't say anything.
Roll, it'd be lore, but this is a Sith thing, so I'm not sure why you would even know it. Yeah, I
4.
would say 4. Yeah. And it's an old Sith thing, so it's not like it's recent history.
I feel this is sort of important, so I'm going to flip over a light side.
Oh my god, we're using a point.
I'm going to
Using
use
the
a light
light
side point
side.
and upgrade one of my
Yay.
dice. I have a success and 1, 2, 3, 4. A success and 4 threats.
Okay, this is a tomb for a Sith Lord.
I would like to suggest that the threats possibly cause you to, again, kind of like there is an overwhelming darkness that, like, as you are like trying to figure this out, that darkness just kind of swells on you and kind of drops you to your knees like you were in the tunnel. Like it's
But
such a
that
heavy.
that was Dooku, though.
No, but I'm saying that whatever's in this sarcophagus or whatever the presence or whatever that is that's in there or is present in there
Okay.
is pushing down on you like, like a heavy wool blanket. Like it just like drops on you like a ton of bricks.
Okay. So Karrell kind of is looking at the sarcophagus, trying to figure out what it is, and she actually kind of extends her force senses, and you see her close her eyes and like kind of waver a little bit. Like she's almost going to drop to her knees, and then she shakes it off, blinks a bit, and then looks at Dooku again, and it's like, and says, "Stop the Yinchorri from going after force sensitives."
Oh, they are. They don't have the forces anymore.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We were able to destroy enough of their forces that they cannot continue, and we lost very little. Every army has to test themselves against a skilled force, otherwise we don't know where we're going to be.
You're right. We're done with these games. And Karrell turns to walk out.
Very well. But you
Come
don't
on,
want-
Gale, let's go.
I'm out.
Are you sure you don't want to know the truth about your new friends?
What new friends? We don't have friends. Obviously, we don't have friends.
I think he means Rafe and Tassar.
Clearly.
Well, I don't really like. I mean, it's Rafe.
They must
He's-
not be worth much if you keep sending Yinchorri after them.
They were never in harm's way.
Did they know the attack was coming?
Yes. That's why they were prepared.
That explains why Rafe just walked down the runway.
That's one reason.
Great. Super. Well, that means so everyone's lied to us. Thanks. Have a great day.
Not everyone. Technically, Tassar didn't lie to you because she didn't know about it.
So why are we here?
You came here. You radioed us.
We were sent here.
No. You radioed us pretending to be a Yinchorri, and here you are.
No,
I came here expecting Yinchorri.
No, we didn't say we were Yinchorri.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes.
So I walk up next to Tazi and I lean over and I'm like, actually, we did do that. Just so you know. We didn't do that at all. I don't know what you're talking about. It's a bunch of lies. Can't prove it.
Tazi looks at
technically.
Tazi looks at KO. Tazi looks at Karrell. Tazi puts his hands up in front of him in a gesture of surrender and like I don't know what is going on, and takes 2 steps and like just kind of turns and walks away from the group.
Would you like to stop the lies and we can talk openly and honestly?
It's not something this crew's very good at.
Whoa. That seems a little...
We've had our moments.
That seems a little harsh. Actually, really harsh. I don't know why you say that.
Karrell kind of gets this thoughtful look, turns back to Dooku. Why are you talking to us? Why are we so important?
I was expecting the Yinchorri and then you showed up, so I don't fear you. I was hoping we could be friends, but obviously that's not what you'd like.
I'm sorry, but this is... it's hard to believe. Rafe and Tassar have known about us for a while, and they very much want us on the Separatist side. We're a cargo ship, and now we come here,
but you're also
and see you, and I know who you are. I saw you before the Jedi Academy a long time ago before you left, and now you want to be friends? I'm sorry, but that's not how the universe works. Unless you want something.
The universe needs patsies.
Correct. More importantly, you all have a very positive image. Everybody sees you as heroes. You've rescued a woman in Randon. You helped out on Rusan. You're saviors. If the Separatists were to be able to have figureheads like yourselves, then that would inspire more people to our cause.
Maybe you shouldn't kill your own citizens. That tends to detract from the hero title.
Sacrifices have to be made.
But we've done a pretty good job of avoiding it.
But we're a public relations bonus. That's why we're being talked to instead of just killed.
Correct.
Super.
As well as Tassar really does enjoy your company, Karrell. She really hopes that you would follow her teachings.
She is very nice, but we walk a different path.
For now.
Karrell kind of looks at the other two.
Tazi is visibly angry.
It might be time for us to go.
I could agree with that.
Very well, unless you have any other questions.
I will say that, while it wasn't pleasant meeting you, I will never forget it. And I actually hope that you find a way other than war to resolve your differences with
Shaggy.
the rest of the galaxy.
I have tried to avoid it, but unfortunately the Jedi are forcing our hands. They're all being promoted to leadership positions within, well, what will soon be the Grand Army.
Has Karrell heard of that?
Yeah.
Tazi quick draws his pistol, turns like in a very smooth motion, almost heroically. For Tazi, this is weird. Points the pistol at Dooku and clearly says, "We're done being patsies," and fires. And I got 1 success.
You hit Dooku, and he just calmly looks at you and says, well, remember, I wasn't the first one to shoot. And then he holds his hand out towards your blaster. The pistol that you have in your hand comes...
Hold on 1 second. He holds his hand out, and I see him doing that. Mm-hmm. Karrell actually reaches out with the Force and tries to... I know what he's going to do, and I'm going to try and intercept the pistol as he pulls it out of Tazi's hand.
Okay.
I am going to be crazy, and I'm going to spend a Force point, or flip a Force die, and pray, because now I've got 2 dice against his 4. Oh, boy.
Wow. Nope.
No.
Okay.
I have a failure with a threat. So he now probably knew I did it, and is probably very, very angry.
The pistol comes out of your hand, and it stops about a foot in front of you, and you see it kind of shake. And then it starts flying past you towards Karrell, and it gets about a foot away from you, Karrell, and it just crumbles. Like it just gets crushed, and then it falls at your feet.
It's your favorite pistol.
So, are we going to continue our civilized discussion, or... And then he just reaches down and pulls his lightsaber out.
doesn't ignite it. He's just holding onto it, just
holding it out
Time
there
to
right
go.
now.
Time to go, Tazi.
I just want you to know you are a very unfriendly person.
How so?
I don't know. I just think
I have been completely open and honest with you,
I'm
and
putting it on you because you are a scary person.
well,
Can we not have this discussion right now?
No, we
Let's
can't.
leave. Why
No.
don't we leave?
No, that's fine. Leave.
Out.
Whatever. No.
Grab him. Pull.
can't.
Get him. Pick him up.
Tazi, do you want to go?
Tazi continues to lock eyes with Dooku.
okay.
And starts walking over, like basically walking slowly backward toward Karrell, leans down, picks up the hunk of leftover metal pistol, tosses it up and down in his hands twice, and says, well, at least I hit you, and turns around and like walks past Karrell.
Karrell turns and follows.
I don't like you. I don't like any of you. All of you are terrible.
We recover our speeders. Mine is still very, very well stealthed, and head back towards the ship.
Like we go flat, or he just bumps me.
He just kind of bumps into you, and you guys kind of push down the hallway a little faster.
Move down the hallway with you faster in my arms.
Let's go. Let's back to the ship.
I still don't like you.
You let it go.
Nope. Never. At this point, he ruined one of my best friend's best pistols.
You're lucky he didn't cut you in half.
Well, he didn't. So.
Is KO physically like kind of trying to escort me down the hall?
Well, look, I'm just trying not to like have us like fall over while I'm being force pushed.
Because Tazi will kind of shake off somebody like grabbing onto him and like storm off down the hallway. Like
Right,
he's
well-
not having any of this.
I'm not trying to.
No, I mean just in general. Tazi's like
Fine. Get off me.
single-minded getting out of this tunnel, and
So we head back to the ship.
Okay. You pop out of the cave. and the
Tazi
ship's not
flips
too
his
far.
comm up. A1, get the engines rolling. Spool up the engines.
All right, we'll do. By the way, they left.
Oh, that's good.
Is it?
It's quite good.
It's better than it was, yeah.
Okay.
Don't let anyone on the ship other than us, please.
He knows that.
Now, I'm just saying.
Kayo's the security officer, so he should be finding
Yes,
people.
yes, sir. Security chief officer.
seriously,
Guy.
Ryder. Dude.
Buddy, old pal.
Take your finger off the button. We're done.
I don't have a finger.
He doesn't. It's true. That's just him keeping it open.
You do have a finger.
I'm lonely.
You have 5 of them.
I know you're lonely. It's okay, buddy. Here we go.
5 fingers.
He takes his finger off the button.
Okay, so we recover our speeders. Mine is still very, very well stealthed, and head back towards the ship.
And you guys get back to the ship. It's pretty uneventful other than the random little creature you have to swat because you're on Kashyyk and it's a bunch of trees around you.
We get on the ship and let's take off.
Let's
If
leave.
that's okay.
As we
with
go up the ramp, Tazi's still got the ball of wrecked pistol, and he just looks really pissed and just chucks it like away from the ship.
Right.
Don't want to talk about it. Let's get off planet.
Apparently, he doesn't want to talk to me anymore. This is fantastic. What a great day. KO goes into his gunnery pod because nobody wants to talk because they're all grumpy.
Hey, one's there.
Hi, A1. You can come in my pod if you like.
Okay, I'll have to sit on your lap.
That's fine.
Karrell closes the ramp and then looks around because everybody just stormed off, and she then heads up to the bridge.
I'm in my pod.
Do you have your door closed?
No, never.
Okay, just check.
People can fall in anytime they need to.
No, I think we covered that in a previous episode. That
No,
it's
he slammed it shut once.
He did slam it shut once. Typically, it's pretty simple to
To get a hold of
and
it.
just for posterity's sake, instead of having the hatch open, we should maybe have it slide.
Oh, it'll work.
Like an iris.
No, I actually
Like a
literally like
camera.
just like something where it's like almost like a pocket door, right? You just like slam it shut and
Oh yeah, like
it
a
seals
hat.
in like so it
sliding
looks like
hatch.
it looks like a floor plate when it's closed and it opens up.
That works.
All right, that's fine.
The Irish
Okay.
thing would be kind of neat.
Karrell walks up to the cockpit, just steps in around the corner and kind of leans against the wall, checking Tazi's mood before she speaks.
Tazi's sitting in the cockpit chair, in the pilot's chair, basically not moving, like staring out the window.
Are you piloting us out?
The ship is not moving. The ship has
Oh,
not left
we
the
haven't left,
ground.
okay.
The ramp has been pulled up, but like we have not gone. There's no movement. As far as you can tell, you see the back of Tazi's head staring out the cockpit window.
Karrell actually pulls out her blaster and hands it over your shoulder to Tazi. It's like, I'm sorry about that. Take this until we can get you a replacement.
Tazi reaches up and puts his hand on the pistol, but more on her hand.
Okay.
Like kind of like reaching over the pistol and puts it on her hand and says, "Thank you." And then just takes it from her and slides as best as he can in the seat, slides it into the holster, and continues to just kind of look out the front window.
Do you want me to plot an astragational course? Said in an obviously teasing voice.
And quite like starkly and almost sadly, Tazi says, "It's just, where are we going?"
We thought about going to Tula, or we could just go back up to the station and let them know that Dooku is on the ground, or we could just head out into the Outer Rim somewhere to find work.
Is your crystal in Tula?
It might be.
Let's go there.
It's a hint, and that's all I have.
Plot a course. Tazi reaches under the console, pulls out a small flask.
Pulls out
Takes
the air-loaded flask that A1 got him.
No, I've already spent those
Drain
cartridges.
that one, yeah.
I gotta find somewhere to fill that back up. But no, it's just like a plain old. And if anyone was to actually be looking at the flask, I know you're plotting there. Karrell's plotting the course, and KO's in his pit. The flask looks very, very, very old.
This is Danny's flask.
2 successes and 2 advantages to get to Tula.
Okay. So it takes about 3
All
days.
right, course laid in. Looks like we're going to be in hyperspace for almost 3 days. It's a little in a different sector.
Tazi slowly gets up from the chair, kind of spins it around, looks at Karrell and says, "I'm going back to my bunk. If you could handle piloting, you and A1."
A1's just standing there looking around.
And without actually awaiting a response, he just walks out of the cockpit.
Karrell just looks down at A1. That's not good.
No, I don't think so.
He wants us to fly his ship.
Hey, yeah. Do you want me to fly it or you going to fly it?
Are you any good at it?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Take us out, A1.
Okay. A1 plugs in and he gets you out right out into hyperspace and you take off.
While A1 does that, Karrell comes over to KO's hatch and knocks on the edge.
Hello.
Mind company?
Nah, it's all good. Come on down.
Well, she sits on the
Yes.
sits on the edge. of the hatch.
Dangle your legs
Yeah.
into the gunnery pit.
Did you hear that?
No, I heard it. It's fine. Let him go. He's a little.
He doesn't sound good.
Oh, you mean Tulsi?
Who do you think I meant? Not A1.
Oh, sorry.
He let us pilot the ship.
I know what he did.
I'm worried about that.
I'm worried too. But the problem is that we just let him do his thing for now, right? And we can talk about it later. I mean, just let him do his thing. We let you do your thing, and hopefully he'll be better.
So you're saying I should go slam his door for him?
As many times as possible. It's a joke. Don't do that.
A slow wipe, like a brief wipe over to Tazi. The slow wipe over to Tazi shows him in the very sterile bunk. There's no very few
plastic wrappings.
Yeah, there's very few personal objects in this particular bunk because both KO and I sleep in different parts of the ship than our actual beds. Tazi is sitting on the edge of his plastic wrapped mattress, staring at the flask, and as he turns the flask over, the camera would see basically what appears to be some kind of I would say probably the Durosian language, but the last line is clearly his father's name on the bottom of the flask, and he just kind of rubs over that signature, that imprint, that engraving with his thumb, and he just looks at the flask. He says, "I'm trying. I'm really trying," and just hangs his head, and the camera wipes back.
And I think unless we want to do something else, let's cut to the planet.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything else you guys want to do in space.
I think wiping to us coming out of hyperspace is fine.
No, you guys get to Tula. Tula is a cold planet, and you just got so lucky enough that it is winter.
Goody.
There is one spaceport. It's near the equator. Around it are a bunch of hot springs, which actually naturally keep the area kind of warm. So you guys land at the spaceport.
Landed. Made it.
Okay.
Yep. When we land, Karrell is actually in the cargo bay unpacking the adverse weather gear that she ordered for everybody.
We have that. Hooray.
Yep. And you guys are greeted by the native race.
I put on my adverse weather gear.
Yeah.
I put on my adverse weather gear already. He hasn't even walked outside.
You're greeted by one of the inhabitants. They're all of the native race. They're roughly 2.5 meters tall, which is about 8 foot 2 inches. They weigh about 400 kilograms, or about 880 pounds. They're all covered in a long fur. They're called whippids.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Familiar.
They look really cool.
Yeah, that's what the native sentient species is here.
Okay, so we walk down the ramp and there's a whippet there.
Yep.
Hello.
Hello. Going to be here long?
Unknown. Looking for a archaeological site.
All right. Well,
We're archaeologists.
great. Well, it costs 2 credits a day to park.
Oh yes, we sign the ship's line of credit to it.
I recommend,
Please refill. Normal refuel.
very well. I recommend get yourself a guide. It's easy to get lost out here. Not very many landmarks. And possibly get some speeders.
Okay, who do you recommend for speeders?
Give me a good name for a speeder shop.
Speeder Mart.
Speeder.
It's just speeder with an exclamation point.
All right, speeder.
Say it right. It'd be Speeder.
Speeder!
Right. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Do you both want to come, or?
That's why we're here, isn't it?
Well, I remember you didn't like the cold.
I'm bundled up.
I guess I can come too. Just trying to be, doing what I do.
He wants us. What do you want me to do, boss?
He's not really equipped for this type of travel.
And I'd have to get some chains for his treads or something.
I'm fine in the cold.
It's not that you can't handle the cold. It's just it's going to be difficult for you to get around in the cold and the snow and the ice. Do you have snow chains?
I can fly. And he
What?
pops out his little jets.
Come on, anyone.
Yay!
Lock up the ship. Boop, boop. We go to the speeder shop.
All right.
So yeah, we go inside. and we need 3 speeders, please. Unless you have
Why
one.
don't we just
that
get one?
gets-
Yeah.
I was about to say that.
Do you have a family-sized speeder?
'Cause
Maybe
it-
something with an enclosed cabin.
maybe with something that can make me far away from these people. I'm
hear.
kidding. Just
We can let you out in hyperspace next time.
I will.
The guy that runs the shop's just looking at you guys like, what in the world is wrong with you?
Yeah, well, 1, 3.
One speeder for
One
3
that will hold 4 creatures, please.
All right.
and supplies.
Okay. So it's just the 4 of you?
Yes.
Where are you going?
That's necessarily a good question. We don't really know.
Then you should get a guide. So you need one for 5.
5, please.
All right. 300 a day.
300 a day?
What is that?
We could buy it for half that much.
No, you can't.
So no.
Tazi's going to try and talk the price down a bit.
Okay.
Listen, I know you don't get a lot of visitors out here and you want to bump your profits, but we're not going to pay that much. And there's a couple of other places we could probably go for a speeder around here, like Speeders.
I heard
Or Speeders RS.
Yes, they're both very good.
Both of them are probably offering competitive pricing, so I would suggest you do the same. And what would you like me to roll for that?
Negotiation.
Negotiation. 2?
2. That can't be that difficult.
Nope.
No,
got it.
Got it with 1.
Got it.
1 success, 1 advantage.
Yes.
So actually, the advantage is going to be that he's going to throw in. He's going to give us a day for free.
Or may I suggest, how about this? Instead of that, he has a used one he offers to sell us for half price.
I'll just take the
Then we could
extra day for free.
just load it on the ship.
Can we load on the ship? Do we have room for the ship?
We should have room for a speeder.
In the
I'm sure.
external cargo pods easily.
How about this? Let's just cut to brass tacks. We need a speeder, and we need one for a number of days. We don't know how many. So, how much was your cheapest speeder to buy?
We'll buy it, run out. Yep.
1,500.
How about 1,000?
Look at that.
1,250.
12.
Maybe we should look at it first.
Deal.
See, good deal.
He holds his hand out. And remember, this is an 8 foot 2, and they've only got 3 fingers and big claws, so.
Are the speeders visible from where we are at, or?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Okay.
Can you point to which one we just theoretically bought?
He points to one.
Does it look like trash?
No.
Just looks like a speeder.
Yeah. It's mid-level.
While everybody's looking, I just kind of absent. I put my hand up and shake.
Yeah, he shakes your hand.
I do my best to grab the claws in a
his
shaking
hand just
fashion.
envelops your hand and you shake hands. He's surprisingly gentle. He's dealt with off-worlders.
Do you recommend? Do you have any guides you recommend?
Just go down to the local bar. You'll be able to find some there.
Is
Pretty much
there
all
like
the
a
locals do.
a guide guild?
No.
So it's kind of just
This is not a big
Trust your luck?
spaceport. Yeah. I mean, this is not a big place. It's
There's
pretty
not
small.
a guy you've worked with before that you would recommend.
No. They're all good. We're all good here.
All right. Thank you.
You can get the impression that his business is based on referrals. So if he favors one, he cuts his own business from somebody else.
So Tazi throws his credits down on the counter, nods at the
Unceremoniously, in fact.
nods up at the giant dude,
Here's your money.
Thank you.
and picks up his gear and heads over to the speeder.
I'm gonna take a look mechanically at the speeder and see what.
It's fine. You know, if you take this to a planet that's not a cold planet, you're going to have to equip a cooling system on it. They don't have one on here.
It's got a heating system, not a cooling
Yeah.
When
system.
we go to Tatooine, turn it off. Oh my god.
Yeah. There really wouldn't be a reason for them to put a good cooling system on this.
Well,
We just can't take it anywhere warm. There's no cooling system.
Oh, we could take it somewhere warm. It just won't do us any good. It's fine. No, it's fine. Let's do this.
Go to the bar.
Tazi,
I guess.
is the bar within walking distance or okay?
Everything
well,
in here is within walking distance. Like I said, it's a real small outpost. There's not much here. The hot springs they're in different places throughout the spaceport. So you get to the bar. What's a good name for the bar?
The ice bar?
Icebox. The icebox.
Yes, the ice box.
Okay.
the cold front.
The cold.
Oh, I kind of like that one better.
That
The cold
one's
front.
good.
Yeah, that's good. Yep. We walk in.
All right. What do we think a bar on a cold planet would look like?
Lots of furs.
I imagine like
Not the patrons, the bar.
I imagine like a futuristic vision of like say like a Arctic hangar, like a futuristic version of that. Like so, it's almost like it's built to be covered in snow because it's going to be.
It actually looks like it's covered in snow, and there are icicles and everything that provide the lighting. But it's actually nice and warm in here.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying from the outside,
from the outside,
it looks
yeah.
like it's meant to have been
Like a
It's
hangar.
built to
Oh,
be
yeah.
like
A round domed, round
Covered in snow. And then I think it'd be cool on the inside. It's like got a ice motif, crystals and lights, but there's like fireplaces everywhere.
warmth. Yeah.
Man, I want to go here. This sounds great. There's like wampa skin rugs, and obviously tubes for Frelp, because
That's a thing.
Frelp
now.
is everywhere.
you cannot get away from
Can't escape
Frelp.
Frelp.
Nope. I don't think they're pneumatic tubes though. That was just that was Dave's dive.
No, that's fine.
But yeah, they definitely have Frelp on tap.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Hey, it's got carbohydrates.
It is good for you.
Is it freshly decanted Frelp?
Yes,
It's got electrolytes. Sorry,
got
not carbohydrates. It's got electrolytes.
It's got both. It's got all of it.
it's got it all: protein, carbohydrates.
All right. In here you see not a ton of people, but there's quite a few whippids.
Tazi strides up to the bar and puts his flask on the counter and says, "Fill this with something warm."
Is it the one you've been staring at, or is this a different one?
It's the old one. Yeah.
So-
again, you guys
My spider sense goes off.
probably wouldn't. You've never seen this flask before.
No, but I do pick up on heightened emotion.
Yeah, he would probably notice that Karrell is actually is kind of looking at the bartender, sizing him up.
It's a her.
Sizing her up. It's like, hey, we're looking for guides. We're told that this might be a good place to hire one.
Okay. Yes.
We're archaeologists.
Okay.
We like to archaeology.
She says, Dorn Lank over there would be a good guide for you.
All right, Dawn Lank. All right. What an interesting name. I mean,
Thanks, and I'll slip her a couple credits for the trouble and
Thank you.
head over that
you're
way.
welcome.
Anything else?
Wink.
She fills up your flask and it's something kind of steaming.
I nod and I put the cap back on it and slide the flask
Do
inside
you
my.
warm.
have something that's not alcoholic but warm and tasty?
Yes.
I'll have that then.
Okay. She sets down a cup of calf.
Well, that works here. I drink my gaff.
It's warm and non-alcoholic.
And oh, you got it.
Krell wanders over to talk to Dorn Lank.
I'll take a calf too.
She gives you a calf.
I nod, pick mine up off the counter, and follow Karrell.
I drop credits for both of those things and his booze and a tip.
Okay.
Like 15 creds that would be in.
That's probably way good.
Perfect. 15 creds it is.
All right. So you walk over. He's a whippet. He's got gold fur. Little older looking, kind of a weathered face. little more weathered than the other guys here. So you can tell
He's sitting at a table by himself.
Yeah. And he's got a map out, and he's looking at the map.
Walk up to the table till he looks up and just kind of nod at the chair questioningly.
Yeah. It's a chair.
Well, I guess you guided me to a chair.
Congratulations. Where are you going?
Pearl sits at the table and pulls out her pad and shows him the rough area where she's figured out she needs to go at this point. We're looking for a dig site. We're archaeologists.
We archaeology.
Exactly. I've narrowed down the site to somewhere in this area.
What are you looking for?
There's ruins of a temple there.
To archaeology.
We like old things.
Nobody goes there. Why would you go there?
Because nobody goes there.
We like old things.
Do you know what happened there?
Probably something terrible, knowing the source.
There are some legends and stories, but
Please enlighten me.
I've heard many things, massacres, bloodshed.
Correct.
But it's abandoned now, so looking there to find out things about its history is why we're here.
It's abandoned from the living.
Okay.
We need to get there. You know where it is. We have credits. Do we need to talk about a whole lot more?
Nope. As long as you know what you're getting into. I don't care.
I'm sure, no, literally, knowing the source, probably terrible, horrific things with dead things and demons and spirits and such. You know, pretty much a party.
Tazi sips his calf and just looks over at KO and says, "You'll have to excuse him. He's a little bit excitable.
And relentlessly paranoid.
He looks right and says, me too.
You'll get along fine."
Kindred spirits, then, I guess.
To answer your question, it's possible run into some snow demons. They're all over the place.
Fantastic. Good.
Otherwise, what other nightmares you find in there, that's on you. I'm not going in there.
Thanks, Dawn. I appreciate
We
the
just need
the
a guide to
uplifting.
get there.
I can get you there.
KO, that's why you got that giant gun on your back.
No. I know I'm going to shoot things. I just,
When can you be ready to leave?
Shoot and set them on fire.
Right, true. I can't do that.
He rolls up a map, tucks it in his pocket.
I like this guy. He's old school. He actually uses paper for maps.
That's not paper, it's skin.
He is correct.
Even cooler.
Electronics don't always work out in the cold.
I'm going to keep you around, Dawn. I like you.
20 a day.
That's fine. I'll pay it.
Good.
Can you be ready to go in the morning?
Yeah. If you want to wait that long, I can go now.
Well, we need to get...
It's your dime.
We need a few more supplies. How about we meet back here in 2 hours?
All right.
Where's the nearest supply shop?
Across the street.
Tazi's going to sidle up next to what appears to possibly be a crystalline fire.
Karrell,
It's not actually
Karrell actually
fire,
leaves
but-
to go across the street.
It's not like a fire, but it's made of crystal and it glows like a fire, exuding heat, just sitting there sipping his calf.
I sit next to Tazi.
And as you start to leave, I like these. I'm going to flip one of these over
Oh, jeez.
to make it more interesting. As you're walking out, a Whippet walks up to Tazi and KO and says,
How much? How much for your slave? I like her.
I'm sorry, what?
Wasn't that what you do with Tweezings?
A Redemption Podcast is played using the Star Wars role-playing system by Fantasy Flight Games and Lucas Books. Please interact with us on social media, Facebook and Twitter @RedemptionPod, Instagram @RedemptionPodcast. Visit our website, redemptionpodcast.com. Please leave us a review on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Play, or whatever other podcatcher you use. This will help people find us. And if you like us, please consider using Patreon. Our Patreon is patreon.com/redemption. Until next time.